안녕하세요. Hello, this is Jin Sam, and this is a Unit 7 grammar. In Unit 7, we are going to study verb 을까요 or 리을까요 and the past tense 왔어요, 왔어요. Right, first one is the verb 을까요. So there are three different cases where we can use 을까요, verb 을까요. First, to suggest doing something together. For example, 내일 커피 마실까요? Tomorrow, coffee, shall we? Shall we have coffee tomorrow? So this is what we are going to focus more on in the textbook. And the second one is to show doubt about something. So you're not so sure about the weather tomorrow, but you can say, oh, 내일 추울까요? 내일 추울까요? Which means, oh, tomorrow 추울까요? Cold, will be cold. I'm not sure if it's going to be cold or not. You're showing your doubt. And third is you can also use this verb 을까요 to raise a question or attract attention of others. So, for example, 이 물건은 무엇일까요? 이 물건은 this item 무엇일까요? What do you think this item is? So you're raising a questions, right? So here, let's take a look at the conjugation. So if the verb stem ends with a consonant, you read it 을까요? But if the verb stem ends with a vowel, you read it 리을까요? So here, a verb 먹다. 먹다. This is the base form, right? And then you conjugate with the verb stem. So the verb stem ends with consonant. So all you need to do is 을까요? It becomes 먹을까요? Here, this is the base form. And you drop the stem. If the stem ends with vowel, you have to add it 리을, consonant 리을, and 까요. And it becomes 볼까요. But there is an exception. So 리을, this is consonant, right? But not the other consonant, but the 리을. If the verb stem ends with the consonant 리을, you add it 까요. So here, the verb 놀다, which means play, to play. 놀다. So you drop the, so this is the stem. The stem ends with consonant, but not the other consonant, the consonant 리을. So in this case, you add it 까요. So it becomes 놀까요. Okay, let's practice more conjugation. So if the verb stem ends with a consonant, you add it 을까요. So here, stem, 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 stem. So 읽다, stem ends with consonant, you add it 을까요, become 읽을까요. And this is a pronunciation. 읽을까요. And then 앉다, same thing. 을까요. Together. 앉을까요. 앉을까요. And then 입다 ends with consonant. Add it 을까요. So becomes 입을까요. So 받다 with the verb stem. 받 and add it 을까요 becomes 받을까요. Okay, but if the verb stem ends with the vowel, you add 리을 and 가요. So these are verb stem. 주다, 주, 가다, 가, 기다리다, 하다. So verb stem ends with vowel plus 리을, 가요 becomes 줄까요, 가다. 가, 리을까요 becomes 갈까요. 기다리다, 기다리 is the stem. 리을까요 becomes 기다릴까요. 하다, 하 is with vowel. 리을까요 becomes 할까요. Okay. So here, if the verb stem ends with consonant, 리을, add it, 까요. So 팔다, 만들다, 열다, 불다. So 팔, the stem ends with 리을. All you need to do is to add 까요. So become 팔다 becomes 팔까요. 만들다, 만들, add 까요 becomes 만들까요. 열다, to open. Stem 열 ends with 리을. add 까요 becomes 열까요. 불다. Stem 불, add 까요. After that becomes 불까요. So these are the example by using verb 을까요 at the end. So making suggestion. 내일 영화 볼까요? 내일 영화 볼까요? Tomorrow, movie, see, to see. Shall we see the movie tomorrow? Number 2, 산에 갈까요? 산에 갈까요? 산, the mountain. 갈까요? To go. So shall we go to the mountain? 산에 갈까요? Also making suggestion. And number 3, 커피 마실까요? 커피 마실까요? Shall we drink some coffee? And number 4, 내일, tomorrow, 비가 올까요? Rain to come. So do you think it will rain tomorrow? 내일 비가 올까요? Raise the question. Or say, oh, I wonder if it will rain tomorrow. So let's practice. So James C. 맥주 마시다. So how can we conjugate this sentence? By using 을까요. So find the verb first, 마시다, and then conjugate it. 마시릴까요? So it becomes 마실까요? So James C. 맥주 마실까요? So it becomes James C. 맥주 마실까요? James, shall we have a beer? 엄마, 시장에 가다. What's the verb here? That's right. The 가다 is a verb, which means to go, right? So 가 is a stem, and 릴까요? So it becomes 갈까요? So the whole sentence, 엄마, 시장에 갈까요? Mom, shall we go to the market? Next one, number 3, 내일 눈이 오다. What's the verb in this sentence? And here, the verb is 오다, which means to come. So 오 also ends with vowel. So you add it 리을까요? It becomes 올까요? So 내일 눈이 오다 becomes 내일 눈이 올까요? 내일 눈이 올까요? Will it snow tomorrow? Noon is it snow. Will Will it snow tomorrow? Great job. So the next one is the past tense. In Unit 5, we learn the present tense. So this is the past tense. The basic rules are pretty much the same. Okay, so the verb stem, when the verb stem ends with vowel, which one? O or a, you add it as어요. But all the other stem other than o or a, you add it 없어요. So here, the verb 사다, to buy. So verb stem ends with the vowel a. So in this case, you add 았어요. So it becomes 샀어요. So the rule is the same. So there are two same vowels. One, the one of vowel, drop it, and then you use only once. 샀어요. So here, 적다. So here, the vowel is not a, not o, it's a. So you have to add it, 없어요. And it becomes 적었어요, which means to write down. Okay. But here, if the verb stem ha, if there is a verb stem ha, in this case, you have to edit 였어요. This is a little bit, this is exception. Okay, so I emphasize on this verb 하다, to do, 하다. So 하, the stem, you edit 였어요, 하였어요, 하였어요. When you say it faster, it becomes 했어요, 하였어요, 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 했어요. Okay. So let's practice more with conjugation. So here the verb stem ends with vowel o or a, become as어요. So 가다, 보다, 살다, 봤다. So 가다, as어요 becomes 갔어요. 보다, as어요, 보았어요, 오아 combined together becomes 봤어요. 살다, vowel as어요, 살았어요. 봤다, vowel and edit as어요 becomes 봤어요. 받았어요. But all the other vowels except o and a, other than o and a, 없어요. So 먹다, 쓰다, 읽다, 기다리다. So 먹다, it's not o, it's not a, so edit 없어요. So 먹다 becomes 먹었어요. 쓰다, it's not o, it's not a, edit 없어요 becomes 쓰었어요. So actually in this case, 쓰 drop. You only use it 없어요. So 쓰었어요, 쓰었어요. When you say it fast, comes 썼어요. Okay, remember this one. 썼어요. 읽다. It's not o, it's not a. So 읽었어요, 읽었어요. It's the pronunciation. 읽었어요. Here, 먹었어요. The last one, 기다리. It's not o, it's not a, so you add it 없어요 becomes 기다렸어요. 기다렸어요. When you say it fast, 기다렸어요. And this one, stem 하. So 하다, 공부하다, 일하다, 운동하다. So 하였어요 becomes 했어요. So 공부하였어요 becomes 공부했어요. 일하였어요, 일했어요. 운동하였어요, 운동했어요. So these are the examples by using past tense. 어제 한국어를 공부했어요. 어제, yesterday. Korean, studied, 했어요. Okay. Number 2, 학교에서 영어를 가르쳤어요. 가르쳤어요. To teach. At school, English. Number 3, 사라는 백화점에 갔어요. 갔어요. So Sarah, department store, when Sarah went to a department store. Number 4, 마이클 씨는 커피를 마셨어요. The verb, 마시다, to drink. So Michael drank coffee. Okay, so let's practice here. So find out the verb and change it to the past tense by using 왔어요 or 왔어요. Number 1, 나는 어제 영화를 보다. Let's find the verb. What's the verb here? The verb here is 보다, which means to see or to watch. Okay, so 나는 어제 영화를 봤어요. 영화를 보다 보았어요. becomes 봤어요. So it's gonna become 나는 어제 영화를 봤어요. Number 2, 그제 수영을 하다. What's the verb in this sentence? 하다, which is to do, right? So 하다 it becomes 하였어요, becomes 했어요. And in previous unit, we learned this word, 그제, the day before yesterday. 수영을 하다, to swim. So, 그제 수영을 했어요. I swam the day before yesterday. Number 3, 제이슨은 한국어 책을 읽다. What's the verb here? The verb here is 읽다, which means to read. So 읽다, 읽었어요. It's become 읽었어요. So 제이슨은 한국어 책을 읽다. In the past tense, it becomes 제이슨은 한국어 책을 읽었어요. Okay, number 4. 일요일에 교회에 가다. What's the verb in this sentence? 가다. That's correct. That's to go. So 가다, stamp, 가, so 왔어요. So it becomes 갔어요. So full sentence. 일요일에 교회에 가다. 일요일에 교회에 갔어요. 일요일, Sunday, church. When I went to church on Sunday. Great job. Okay, so let's review. So here in Unit 7, we learned 2 grammar. One is verb 으릴까요, which means shall we whenever you make suggestions or you share your wonder, like I wonder, blah, 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 or you can also raise the question, right? So for example, 내일 커피 마실까요? Tomorrow, shall we have some coffee? 마실까요? Right? From the verb 마시다, right? And another one is we learn the past tense, right? 왔어요, 왔어요. So here's an example. 민수는 한국어를 공부했어요. So the verb here is 공부했어요. 공부하다. This is the stem. Oh, this is the basic form. 공부하다, to study. So 민수 studied Korean. Okay, So make sure you review these two grammar points. Okay. Alright, 감사합니다. Thank you.